Hello everyone, welcome back to Populous from the beginning. It's just me today, as we enter into a very, very difficult level. This is Middle Ground. Middle Ground is very different to Bloodlust. As you can see, there are plenty of wildmen, plenty of trees, we have quite a large base already available to us, and we have lots of space to build. The level design is rather interesting in that it is centered around this stone head at the top of this oddly shaped hill, with various connectors to each of the settlements. With these three settlements, they have a large force already available to them. We're a little bit behind, but otherwise we'll catch up fairly quickly. Truly, this is a difficult level. But as you can tell, compared to Bloodlust, this is absolutely ridiculous how much easier this level is. We are given so much, and we're just told to just go and pray at the Stonehead. There's a reason for doing that, mainly because we want to stop the other tribes from praying at Stonehead, which is a rather unfortunate thing if they do, because of the spell that allows us because of the spell that will be given. I can't really talk today, I don't really know why. But it's fairly simple. The enemy will give large amounts of force. They're even attacking me right now. It's like 3-4 minutes in. And they're using invisibility, the bastards. But we've got ourselves a small force in order to deal with them. Which I had to begin with very quickly, because of course they start attacking us very quickly. And the enemy are just going to attack each other here and there. We're trying to vaguely go towards the Stonehead, but not exactly. So we've got to be a bit wary as to what exactly it is we can do. So we just need to make sure that our forces are quite well equipped to take down the guys that come towards us. As you can see, I've barely gotten any of my spells charged up, and we're having quite the difficulty. But we've got Blast, and I've got a guard tower, so you know it's all right. Unfortunately, I can't actually, kill any of them because they've got magical shield, which is rather unfortunate, and they've got a large amount of fire warriors in order to destroy us. And we're also being attacked by the matter. It's a rather annoying kind of thing, let's be honest here. Hopefully we've got plenty of braves in order to help with that as well. And I don't really mind about being killed by dudes because we've got plenty of braves. But at least we're able to convert all of them, which is rather handy. But yeah, as you can see, this level doesn't really pull many... this level pulls quite a few punches, due to the fact that this is very early on in the level and we're getting attacked left, right and centre by pretty much all the tribes, so we have to be a bit careful about this kind of thing. And just as soon as that preacher over there died, because they're rather irritating to get rid of, we should be able to recover fine. But most of the level is just dealing with the fact that we're being attacked by a guy. They'll most likely completely ignore the Stonehead. The Stonehead isn't really much to focus as far as the enemy is concerned. Because they're all fighting each other, there's not going to be much praying. So don't feel that you have to immediately go after the Stonehead because, well, the enemy aren't doing so. I mean, they're vaguely praying at it, but they're just the enemy is just throwing guys at them in order to stop them, so it's not too much of a big deal. Swamp, however, is as OP as hell and is very necessary for everything. It's rather sneaky. Thankfully, I've got fairly good aiming skills. And a guard tower in order to show out the length. Unfortunately, they managed to get inside the hut, but a quick lightning will be able to stop that. I do hesitate quite a bit, unfortunately, but Can't do much about that. But it seems that he's had his fill and he's off leaving. Thank God. Because we've got other things to worry about. Such as why my tribe isn't so big. But because of the constant people dying here and there, we're able to convert more wildmen to our cause, which is rather handy. Wildmen will pop up here and there quite a bit in the levels. So it's always good to settle any that you see, unless they die, which is rather annoying. Hey, we're being attacked again! Boy, what a completely unremarkable thing. That's why I'm really bad at aiming stuff. Thankfully, the Fire Warriors are not bad at aiming their fiery things. Oh, piss off. So Swamp is a very useful spell to lay down because it's able to stop the enemy from coming at the pathways. But it's also a good idea to limit the amount of pathways the enemy has by use of a road, but we haven't really got around to charging them because I've been so busy focusing on my forces to really care much about my my population. And then moving into the next game. As long as you stop the shaman from doing anything too nasty, then you should be okay. And of course, Swamp Fruit. Don't want to give you around. And though it looks like as though they're praying Stonehead for a bit, the other guys are going to stop them. Especially when the sixth guy just wanders off for no reason. What the hell, dude? God. But all three tribes are very, very against someone from praying with Stonehead, so it's best to just let them fight it out. Especially when they cast Swamp and then just walk into their swamp. I don't get the enemy sometimes. Doesn't make it any less hilarious. Get real fascinating. But you know, it is kind of fun watching the three tribes battle out, especially when all three of them come into the picture, which is rather nice. What lovely music punctuated by a bell. Fascinating. Yeah, they're vaguely praying. I don't know what the shaman is doing. Yeah, I never know what a shaman is doing. They're always off doing weird stuff, but they seem to have a somewhat strong hold on the Stonehead for now. But the other enemy tribes are going to definitely stop them. He's just having a stroll. You know, just going around and destroying a few here and there. Everyday stuff. You understand. I want to make sure that they stop coming towards my tribe because it's getting rather annoying with the amount of time they keep on attacking me. But all I can really do is just build up my settlement, build up my tribe, and then get a Stonehead for myself. And then this is the sign that the level's gone on for a bit too long, where they basically start throwing everything at each other. Large amounts of braves and large amounts of just numbers. It's quite ridiculous the way the Nomadic and the Chimera have just drawn themselves out. The fact that making their settlements pretty much completely empty. So it is rather hilarious watching the enemy do that. Because, of course, what you want to do is just, you know, use up the rest of your resources. The Chimera seem to be a lot smarter with this kind of thing, but not too brilliant. But it is rather strange the way they just do that. They really, really, really don't want anyone praying at Stonehead. So that when we eventually get around to praying at the Stonehead, there's going to be barely anyone left not to stop us, which is always fun. Oh well. Lots of fire and death everywhere. It's always hilarious. Shaman is just being pushed around quite a lot. It's rather hilarious. But of course, whenever they always go after me, after the Stonehead, they always go after me as always. And this is what happens when a spy is put into a guard tower. It's fairly useless because you can just look on the ground and see how things are. I mean, you can't see them on the world map, but who cares? You can see on the ground anyway. So yeah, good to know that the spy is pretty much useless in all of its aspects, really. Anyway, it's time for us to get going in order to stop everyone else from getting to the Stonehead, so some free mana is always nice. And because the Chimera are the one with the biggest force, they're going to be the ones that are going to try and stop us the most. So we need to make sure that they don't do that by sinking the ground beneath them. Kind of. I'm not very good at aiming too well with road. But it's a start at least. So that when we do eventually come with our forces, well, we only want people that are really going to stop us with the Chimera, the Dakini and the Matic, and they ain't going to do too much. Also, you know, I always pick the best of times in order to attack, in order to do things. Oh well. So anyway, let's get a praying. It's going to be quite the lengthy prey because it does take its time, and the enemy goes, oh, it's this time again, isn't it? So they start gathering up all their forces. However, the Chimera aren't exactly going to have the easiest time in order to get over to me because they've got a fairly thin ground beneath them, and there's also a ton of swamps in their way. So that's good for one thing. Anyway, we need to make sure that most of our forces are not preying, and stop any others that are coming our way. Which seems like quite a lot, especially there, definitely, but, well, let's just say the Chimera don't really do anything when we're praying at Stonehead, honestly. And the Dakini do quite a lot, and I think, ooh, that's a lot of stuff my creature can convert, but they also think better of it, for some reason. I don't really get it. Anyway, I try and make it so that these guys, you know, will stop destroying my tribe, but I seem to ignore the fact that, the Matic Shaman likes casting Swarm. And also I killed like 20 of their guys and there's still loads left. So we need to have everyone reconvene and try and, you know, grasp at the situation. And they suddenly retreat for some reason, I don't really know why. So we lost quite a bit of our settlement, but I actually didn't really care a huge amount. It's like laying like 3 swamps at their entrance. They don't really do a whole lot. And I seem to have lost quite a bit of spell charge, which is rather unfortunate, but what I can do about that. Just gotta make sure that they don't do too much. Kill the Shaman, but all she does is cast Tornado. So what? I don't really care about that. And the Dakini keep on going to attack me, then just keep retreating. I don't really understand it. The Matic are the ones who are attacking me the most, at least. But they're really good lightning bait. Yet again, they just keep going back. I really don't understand it. The Dakini Shaman's just converting some guys. You've got plenty of Braves already. Stop making more. But after a fairly quiet spell, we finally get ourselves the Stonehead spell of Armageddon. Now, this is a rather interesting spell in and of itself. Mainly because it is a very bad thing for the enemy to have. We'll see exactly what Armageddon does in just a moment, but we need to prepare for it. We're going to need quite a powerful fighting force, and you're a bit late there, Matic Shaman, unfortunately. And we need to get ourselves all ready. Multiple Chimera attacks, of course. That's the point. Let's kind of rebuild a bit. Let's to stop our constant death. And the Matic, the Dakini definitely want to try and attack us. just my shaman, really, before I really get a chance to even do anything, because I was way too slow. I was just divering for some bizarre reason. They take out the guard tower, and after that, just sit around not really doing a whole lot. It was a bit weird. And then they go off and attack the Matics, and I don't really get it. But anyway, what you need to do for Armageddon in order to have the best wing thing possible is to convert most of your followers into either warriors or fire warriors. It has a really long range, has a pretty bad spell incantation, but creates one hell of an ending. Armageddon creates a large arena for every single follower on the map to participate and fight in. Therefore, the stronger your forces, the higher chance you have of winning. So converting all of your followers into warriors and fire warriors is a very good idea, because then you'll be stronger than everyone else. Since at the moment everyone just has a load of braves. I mean, look how many braves the Dakini has. Jesus Christ. Yeah, whatever. You know, despite the fact that I didn't actually have any braves or creatures, the reason I had some braves is because the number of huts you have equates to the number of braves you'll have in the fight. So the less huts you have, the stronger your force will be. And I have a creature just because I'm a creature. I don't get spy, because spies are completely pointless. And since it only relies on spiting ability, creatures are also free workers. This is something that the enemy will cast pretty much immediately when they obtain, and not giving you time in order to build up your forces. I suppose you could spend most of this level building up your forces to warriors and fire warriors, just waiting for one of the enemies to prep Stonehead. But because of the way that they keep on attacking each other, they don't really prioritise it all too much. They just want to stop you from doing it. And this is the glory that is Armageddon. The entire reason my Fred tag is completely viable. And the best way to really see who is winning is to see which colour is more prominent throughout the fight. And it looks like mine. Once the followers are all dead of a certain tribe, then they will be lightninged. And after all the other 3 tribes are dead, a winner is us. That is a glorious end to one of a really fun level. You get a lot of resources, and it's a lot of fun to do. Didn't even take me that long as well. That's about the length of my Bloodlust video. But it's time for our ass to be kicked when we go to Headhunter. Oh boy.